Okay, it's November 30th, one day before the Polar Bear Challenge. And let's see, what do we have right here? 30, let's see if I can get it good here. 31 degrees, I'd say. Yeah. Maybe 31 degrees. Whatever you want to call it. So, this part of this was a tag. Scootavloger wanted you to show your garage, how messy or how clean it was. Mine's kind of semi. There's actually a flat work surface, believe it or not, which is unusual. My workbench isn't, obviously. It's all cluttered up. But I also wanted to show, probably, he said to show the most unusual thing you have in your garage. And here, I have an 1830s Atwater Kent radio. Let me see if I can get the top off here to show you. Won't be much light, so I don't know how much you'll see down in there, but there's a wasp nest actually built in it there too. Check that out. But actually a few years ago I did fire it up, and I've got the speaker to match, and it actually still does function. I couldn't tell you the exact year or the exact model without actually looking it up, but this was the first Atwater Kent radio of this style that actually plugged into an outlet rather than having batteries to work it. Before this, all the models ran on batteries to where you'd have to buy another battery and replace it. So you'd have to kind of be really careful with how you used it, because when the batteries ran down, if you didn't have the money, you just did without. So I thought that might be an unusual item. But here I wanted to show you, getting ready for the Polar Bear Challenge. This is my setup. This was a present from Lori Jennifer. She didn't need hers anymore once she got the bark busters on, so I've got the, I don't know what you'd really call them. I call them handlebar mittens, I guess. And they actually work really good. I tried them out when I went on a ride the other day with LJ and Tommy K that came by. And see my setup here? I've got two heat lamps, two 250 watt heat lamps. One of them is going to be shining right here where the battery is underneath. Hopefully it'll get enough without taking it off. If I have to, I can take the seat off and shine the light down on the battery, but I think even the way it is now. And then the other one will be heating the bottom of the engine to keep the oil nice and warm, or at least warmer. And I'll show you how I've got this set up. This extension cord here actually runs to the side of my house because I only want it to run for a limited amount of time. I don't want to just waste electricity, so it actually runs around in front of the bikes and then on down this way outside. And this is not, it looks like it's an outside outlet, but this is not actually an outlet. All it has on the other side is another box like this with two outlets, but there's no actual electricity running to this outlet unless you plug in a special cord. So this outlet is never powered unless there's a special cord that goes into it. So nobody could actually plug into my electric, or it just won't function. And what the special cord is it's a double-sided cord. It's got two male parts. Here's this part, and here's the other part. And by taking that in and actually plugging it into the other side of the outlet from an inside outlet in my basement, that'll actually feed the power through. And boy, it feels like it's just getting colder by the minute. Let's see, is it down to, oh my gosh, take a look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's down to 28 degrees, and I'm actually seeing a few tiny snowflakes. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a few tiny snowflakes. They're coming down. I still don't think before December we're going to get a measurable amount of snow, but anyway, I'm ready for the Polar Bear Challenge tomorrow. I'm going to plug it in, have the heat lamps going for about an hour, and then hopefully it'll fire up nice and easy. I'm kind of thinking it probably will without it anyway. I think I only had troubles when it was down in the 20s or less, where I had troubles starting it last year, so I think even without the heat lamps it should be fine. But anyway, here's my update just before the Polar Bear Challenge and my garage for Scootavloger.